What's up guys, I am back with another video, and today's video is going to be another dental hygiene video, as you can see from my scrubs. This video was requested from this user right here, so thank you so much for the request. I love to do it for you guys, so let me know in the comments if you guys have any other requests about dental hygiene or any questions, and I will answer them in the comments down below. But this video is gonna talk about the pros and cons about being a dental hygienist. And so I am a new dental hygienist. I'm just starting out, so I created a list of some things that I kind of just thought of on the top of my head just from working and going through school. So if you guys have any other ones that you can think of, go ahead and add them down there in the comments so other people can kind of see them. But I think I have a good list. I'm going to go ahead and start with the pro list first. So the pros of being a dental hygienist. So the first one for me would obviously be good pay. So anytime before I started school and I would tell people that, oh, I think I'm going to become a dental hygienist, or I'm thinking of going into dental hygiene, the first thing they would say is, oh, I hear they make good money. So I'm sure if you guys have ever mentioned wanting to become a dental hygienist, you've probably heard the same thing as well. So another pro would be that you get to build relationships with your patients. So you're seeing your patients for the most part 2 times a year for a whole hour, sometimes even longer. And you start to build relationships and start to feel more comfortable around your patients and see what their habits are and ways you can try and help them improve. You can see if they listen to your advice before about flossing more, or you can find out if they actually went out and bought an electric toothbrush or not. Another pro is that your schedule is pretty flexible, so you can kind of determine your own schedule. You don't really have to work 5 days a week. You can do 2 days, you can do 3 days. 4 days or more is considered full-time, and then 3 days or less is considered part-time. Another pro is that once you become a dental hygienist, you don't really have to just stop there. There's also other ways that you can make money through dental hygiene. Some of them that I'm thinking of just off the top of my head is you can definitely become a teacher. A lot of the instructors at my program suggested that I might be a good instructor one day, so they actually wanted me to come volunteer after I graduated the program, just to kind of see how it is. And I was volunteering with instrumentation, so that's an option. You can definitely go back to the program you were in or the school you were in and be an instructor for them. You can also become a brand representative, so that could include someone from Crest, Colgate. We had people from Sonicare come, people from Oral-B, and you basically just go to different schools or different offices, and you basically try and sell your product or promote your product. And you can do that in addition to working at an office. So say you want to work at an office doing dental hygiene, but you don't want to do that 5 days a week. You can work at an office maybe 3 days a week, and then the rest of the days you choose, you can go ahead and travel and just promote whatever brand or product you choose or you like. Another pro would be that your pay and your benefits are pretty negotiable. So there's not really a set standard. Every office is going to be different. Every boss is going to be different. You're going to get different benefits at one office. You might get less, you might get more at another one. You might get higher pay somewhere and then lower pay somewhere else. So it's all negotiable. Obviously, if you've been working somewhere for a while and they really like you, they want to keep you, then you can also negotiate, maybe raise your pay, or you can even add on benefits. But that's kind of a pro of the job, is you can know your worth. And especially if you back yourself up with not just talking but actually showing and doing, then your boss is going to want to keep you, and you can kind of negotiate and get better benefits or higher pay. Another pro would be that I think dental hygiene is pretty high demand. Not every office has hygienists, or they might just have one hygienist like my office. But for the most part, from my experience so far, there's always an office looking. None of my classmates have had issues finding jobs, and like I said, I'm always hearing of more offices that are looking for hygienists. There's always someone going on maternity leave. There's always a need for just more help at a certain time. So even if you're not going to be working somewhere full time, you might just work there for a couple months or while someone's on maternity leave. So there's always opportunity to work. So another pro would be minimal schooling. It's a 2-year program, plus you have to do your prerequisites obviously before you get into the program. So I think it's a pretty standard amount of time, which is good. You know, it's not a crazy amount of years that you have to spend to become a dental hygienist. And the last pro I'm going to talk about is the amount of gifts and just treats and desserts and just everything you get working at an office. So just working at an office, you get a lot of gifts from patients as well as other offices. So we get a lot of desserts and a lot of just goodies that are sent from other offices, but we also get gifts from our patients, so that's definitely a plus. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into the cons, and I have to say the cons list is shorter than the pros, so that's a good thing. So the first con would be that the job is hard on your body. So because you are doing repetitive motions every day and you're sitting most of the time, it is pretty easy for you to get really bad posture and just learn really bad habits. So in school, they make it very important that you learn good ergonomics, and they want you to practice that throughout your whole career, because if you want to have a long career, you have to make sure you're taking care of your body and you're sitting straight, you have the correct posture and hand positions and everything like that. They stress the importance of that while you're going through school, because it's true, especially if you're working 5 days a week, it is going to be hard on your body, and they do recommend that you get massages often and you visit a chiropractor often as well. Okay, so another con has to do with something I talked about earlier, and it has to do with benefits. So there's no set standard of benefits. Every office is different, every boss is different, so you're not guaranteed benefits, and that's definitely a huge con, because if your office does not provide you with benefits, you're obviously going to have to pay for it yourself. Okay, and then the last con I'm going to talk about is the heavy workload. So before I became a dental hygienist, and even before I started school and the program, I really didn't realize how much dental hygienists have to do and how fast-paced their day is. And I remember telling my dental hygienist when I was in high school that I was thinking of becoming a dental hygienist once I graduate high school, and one of the first things she told me was, it was actually like, okay, just know that this is a really hard job. So I was like, okay, well, that has to tell you something. So I mean, obviously she was encouraging and saying like, yeah, you can do it totally, but the first thing she said was, make sure this is what you want to do, because it's a hard job. So yeah, that has to tell you something if that's the first thing someone's going to tell you. So it is, you do have a lot to do in a day, and they really try to pack your schedule. Okay, so now the next things on that I made a list of can be seen as pros or they can be seen as cons. It just kind of depends on how you look at it. So this is in its own little category, or you can put it wherever you want. So the first one would be that it's a routine or a repetitive thing that you're doing on the daily basis. So that was actually something that drew me into the career, because I am someone who very much likes a routine. I don't really like surprises. I like knowing what I'm gonna do or what's expected of me. But then there's also some of you out there that might find that boring, that might see that as a con, whereas I saw it as a pro. So another thing is that you can work multiple offices. So some people might think this is a con. For me, I knew I wanted to, if I could, I wanted to just stick at one office, and that's what I'm doing right now. and I like that idea. But there are some people who kind of want a variety. They want to meet new people. They want to have a wide range of patients. They want to have more coworkers. They want to experience different bosses. So being able to work at multiple offices because of this profession may be a pro to some of you. So this goes to what I was saying earlier about the heavy workload. Because you are so busy, the day tends to go by super fast. But again, that can be a con or a pro. I think it's a pro. I like being busy because it does. The day goes by super fast. So I like that. But again, a con is the fact that you are being worked a lot, but it just goes by like that. So I like it. Okay, so this is one that I've had to deal with before. Picky patients. So you would probably think this is like a con, but I decided to put it in this category just because picky patients, where of course it makes you feel horrible if they don't want you to clean their teeth, and for the most part patients like that are nice about it. They just say things like, you know, it's nothing against you, but I'd rather be seen by the doctor. Or because there are some patients that feel like being cleaned by the doctor is a better option, especially if they were used to the doctor not ever having a hygienist. Some people just can't get over that fact, and they just request that they only be cleaned by the doctor. So that's understandable. As long as people are nice about it, I mean, that's their right. They have the right to choose who they want to be cleaning their teeth. It can be a con, I guess, if you take it to heart. But at the same time, there might be a patient that chooses you, that they only want you to clean their teeth. So that's why it can be a pro too, because it goes both ways. So I've had both happen to me. Like I said, as long as the patient is nice about it, no hard feelings, because it's your right, it's your prerogative. And then the patients that requested me solely to clean their teeth, it just makes me feel so good. So thank you. Okay, so another one on the list is that you have a whole hour with one patient. So obviously this can go either way. If you love that patient, it can be amazing. It can give you time to catch up and talk about life and clean their teeth and just help them with their dental hygiene, making sure that they're doing good. Or if you're not the biggest fan of this patient, it could be a con because you're stuck with them for an hour. So either way, but pretty much for the most part, every office will give you about 45 to an hour or even longer for whatever procedure you're doing. You have to be comfortable with being one-on-one with your patients. Okay, so the last thing on the list has to do with cancellations. So this can be seen as a pro or it can be seen as a con, and it also has to do with how you're paid. So some offices might pay you for the work that you do. So if you are blocked for an hour and that patient cancels, if you are paid for what you do, then it's up to you. You can go ahead and leave, maybe grab a coffee, some food, you can run some errands, and then you can come back for your next appointment. If you are someone who is paid by the day or by the hour, then you probably will have to just stay at the office and find something else to do. You can help in the sterilization room, you can kind of help at the front desk, you can just find things to do, and there's usually always something you can do. Alright guys, so that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped. I hope you got a little more understanding of some pros, some cons, and a little bit of in between of working as a dental hygienist. If I missed any pros or cons, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you guys have any other dental hygiene video ideas that you want me to do or any questions, just let me know in the comments. And if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time. As always, remember to stay bold, beautiful, and blessed.